at day 10, double digits of your return exercise program. Pelvic floor breathing to start today. Your choice. I'm going to go onto all fours. So here I come, starting with a nice active all fours position with my wrists under my shoulders and my ankles under my hips. And I'm going to stay nice and active in my core, protecting my spine. As I inhale, feel my ribcage expand out. And releasing that pelvic floor. Oh, it's taking me a moment to do so. And then exhale, light squeeze, draw that ribcage in. Again, inhale, feel that expansion, that relaxation, and exhale, lightly draw in. It's really tempting as you draw in to want to do this. If you are on all fours, let's try to stay nice and active wherever you are, being mindful of what other muscles are being moved or joints are being moved. Really bringing the focus to an even distribution of pressure in that abdominal cavity, and then that light draw in, let all that air out. 2 more. Good. Ooh, I feel like you just need to do a little rock move after that. All that static hold position. All right, we're going to go down onto our bellies. I'm actually going to turn this way so I don't have to stick my face at the big weight plate. We're going to do just the upper body portion of a Superman, and we're going to do a little cactus rotation with our arms. So it looks like this. The tops of my feet are pushing into the ground, squeezing my glutes, nice straight legs to lift my upper body off the ground. Cactus my arms. I'm pulling my elbows back. W, cactus, goalpost, whatever you want to call it. It's more like a W. I'm pulling them way down. And then bring them back out. And then lower back down. On the breath, it's going to be an inhale. Hold back out and exhale. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. That's halfway. Let's do 4 or 5 more. My head and neck are staying neutral. My back, my glutes are on. My legs are active. Push from the tops of those feet into the floor. Yeah. That got your neck tight, then maybe next time we'll be a little bit more mindful about just using back and shoulders to pull. You could also stop and do a little neck stretch if it's just because your neck needs a little extra love and stretching it this morning. All right, we're going to come to a stand. You're going to get a hip circle. Grab one if it's not, pause and grab one if it's not handy nearby already. So this is our small circle going above our knees. Sit down if you need to put this guy on. If it's a struggle to do so standing, done it enough, I've got a hang of it. And we're going to go way out to the edge of a mat or edge of your room. We're going to do a hip hinge. It's a little bit in the knee, hip hinge, feeling our hamstrings turn on, shoulders are back and down, same position as our good mornings. And we're going to step laterally, pushing out against our band, so our knee leads as we step sideways. And then we're going to come back the other way. For me, I'm getting like 10 each direction, down and back a few times. So depending on your space, just try to get about, 10 both directions. On stand. Shake that out for a second. Take the band off. And we're going to do some straight arm band pulls. So grab your resistance band under the feet with the single strand. Roll those shoulders back and down. Neutral pelvis. Rib cage over those hips. Or pelvis. My head is neutral as well. I'm looking straight ahead and squeezing my glutes. Turn on my core. pulling that band to my nose. On the breath, it's an inhale, relax at the bottom. Exhale, light squeeze the pelvic floor as you come up. Also remember, you can do this breath, the pelvic floor squeeze, and relax pretty much on any exercise you want to. Some are a little bit more easier to remember and follow along with, but you don't have to do that. If you feel like you're doing a little overkill and you're like, man, my pelvic floor needs to just chill out, I don't want to think about it anymore, we can definitely overdo it as well. So being mindful of it, bringing attention to it, but only when you know that you really need it or want it, not too much. I don't know how many of those I did, but somewhere in the 10 to 12 range, and then we're going to step on the double and do those good mornings again, because we are warming up for deadlifts. More deadlifts, you say? Yes. Good mornings and deadlifts are awesome. 4, 5, 6, I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. All right, we're gonna do the monster walks again, except for this time we're gonna do it not in a bent over hip hinge position. We're gonna do it more in a squat position. We are gonna go laterally. So bend the knees slightly forward like you're doing a squat, little quarter squat, and then push out. So we're gonna get a little bit more quads this time. So we're not here, we're here. Chest is up and high, but we're still leading with our knees pushing out against that bend with our knees. Same count, 10-ish both directions. Started from the other side, didn't I? That's not confusing at all. Okay. Woo. Yeah. So now you should have here, here, here. All good and warmed up. And then a little bit more core and arm love as well with those straight arm band pulls. Shoulders back and down. Neutral stacking of the spine. Don't go too high. You can go lower, but please don't go above your nose. We don't need to go any higher than that. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Don't hold your breath on these either. So if you find yourself holding your breath, do maybe mindfully inhale at the bottom, exhale at the top, so you're not just bracing like crazy on those. Let's do a couple more. Woo! Okay. And our good mornings. Eat, 9, 10. And you know what? I think I want to do those Supermans one more time. I think our shoulders need a little bit more warm-up love. Let's just do 6 of them to 8. Ideally, your feet are together. I have a thing there. Don't worry about it. Push the feet in the floor. Active legs. Use that core. The back. Inhale, raise. Pull the shoulder blades together. Try not to get the tension in the neck. Nice neutral neck. This is all about those lats, those delts. And the straps, all of them. 2 more. Oh, good. Yes, now our back should definitely be nice and warmed up. And we can come into our 12-minute continuous round in double digits, doing that 12-minute round. 4 exercises still. A heavy-ish weight for deadlifts or medium, depending on where you're at with your strength needs right now. So I have a kettlebell. You could also do a single dumbbell, so something heavy-ish for deadlifts. And then we need a medium-ish size weights or light, depending on where we are, for a push press, so up overhead. And then you are also going to need something to step up on. I have this weight plate again. We did front step ups. We're going to do side step ups. So not too high. Maybe yay is the highest you want to go. Just make sure it's sturdy and steady. And if you don't have something to step up on, you can always go for quick feet instead. Awesome. We will be using our hip circle for our bonus, but it's already there for our warm up, hopefully. So we're going to go on that. So, yeah. All right, 12 minutes are going to go on the clock. And going in 3, 2, 1. 12 minutes. Deadlifts. So we've been here recently. Our weight is between our feet, kind of right out, slightly outside of our toes. Hip hinge, shoulder back, turn on that core, reach down, grab that bell, pull those hips down just slightly, but trying to keep that vertical shin on stand. So I don't want to be here. I do want to be here. So you can look slightly down if you want, that's fine. But do try to keep those hips down as you come down, as you keep that vertical shin. Sounds crazy, I know. But that is the most powerful position you can be in. Anywhere from 6 to 10 on these, depending on how heavy your weight is. All right, and side step ups. So if it's low, or if you're doing them as a quick step, we're gonna go for speed. Both feet on, both feet off. I don't want you to do this. Both feet on, both feet off. 4, 5, try to get that whole foot on there. Anywhere from 8 to 10 on each side. Again, if you're going short, if you're going tall, and it's really taking you a little bit more effort to get up there, you can go for more like 5 or 6 per side, 6 to 8 per side, whatever feels okay there for you. Don't know what that was. Turn my backside to you. Staying upright still, standing all the way up on my object. I'm not keeping low, I'm trying to stand all the way up, both feet on, so even though I'm trying to keep a good pace, I'm being mindful about that posture while I'm going through that speed. All right, push presses. So we're doing these standing, 2 weights. We are bringing them up to our shoulders. This is the front rack position. My elbows are inside. I'm lightly resting them on my shoulders. Nice secure base on my feet. I'm going to do a little Oompa Loompa dip. It's a little bit in my knee. And I'm going to use that lower body to pop my weight up overhead. I am not pushing as I stand. I am standing and then pressing, but in a fluid motion, right? So bend, pop. From the side, you can see the Oompa Loompa. So my knees do come forward. I'm not here. I know, crazy, right? It's a bitty little dip just to give you a little bit of momentum to pop that weight up overhead. And I'm ending by my ears. I'm not ending out here. Here, which means, look at my ribs, down. We want to be really mindful of that. So if your weight's too heavy and you can't maintain that posture, protecting your spine, then please go lighter. Make sure we can get straight arms overhead. Locking that rib cage down. All right. Just kidding. Big crawl hold. We're going to come down to all fours. Couple of ways you can do this, depending on how your core is feeling, how you're doing with getting a nice, tight, taut linea alba. You can tuck the toes under and just do a little hover hold for a count of however feels comfortable, 3 to 5, and then back down, pause, breathe, inhale, exhale, up, hold, squeeze pelvic floor, hold, 3, 4, 5, down, inhale, exhale, push up, hold, and keep doing that for 6 to 8. Or if you're like, hey, I can hold that, come up, hold it, and you can do a little side tap with your feet, trying to keep your hips still, and you're going to count back and forth for 8 to 10. 2, 3, 4. And you're going to stay hovered that whole time. So play around with how that feels. You can mix it up, come down when you need to, tap the side a few times just to feel what that's like. That was our first round, so we're going to have time, of course, to come back and play with it. So here we go. Deadlifts, straight on for you to see. Trying not to bounce my bell on the ground. Ah, 10 that time. Side step ups. I'll go for 10. I'll go for 10s this whole round. Whoops. Full foot down. Notice I'm swinging my arms lightly. That just helps me get in a good rhythm, helps me keep my shoulders down and loose, so I'm not tense and tight with my arms. Just getting a nice little loose swing, which, random fun fact, I don't know how many monks, I can't talk and tell you the stories at the same time, but if you are walking on your other free time, a little good arm swing while you're walking is a good thing. It helps keeps that torso loose and the shoulders not stiff, so you're always pushing a stroller around tight, tight, tight. Maybe pass that off if you can, or try to find some time for you without the stroller that you can get some good arm swings when you're walking. It can make a world of difference in terms of tight backs, tight shoulders, tight necks. All right, enough of that. Sorry, moving on. Hopefully you're still going. From the side, push press, oompa loompa, pop. Right up on my ears. Resting them lightly on my shoulders as I come down. Said I'd do 10s, so I'll actually count this time. Ribcage down. So I am exhaling as I press up on those to keep that easier for me to stabilize that core with that ribcage down on those presses. All right, bear crawl. I'll do taps for 10. Toes under, nice active shoulders. Turn the abs on. This isn't a very big tap to the side, by the way. I'm not going straight leg. I'm just doing a little bit of tap. Just something so I can count it. Oh, yes. Okay. Coming back to my deadlifts. Silent deadlifts. What's that count? One more. Good, good. Less than 5 minutes left, it looks like. Nope. Oh, hello. Push press. Remember, I'm not doing this either. Baby Oompa Loompa. Hopefully we get that reference. Do we all watch Charlie and Chocolate Factory at one point in our lives? Oompa Loompa. Boopa doo boop. Something like that. Yeah. And I am going fairly fast and driving hard on those push presses because you want to use that lower body, momentum and energy, but you need to slow it down, Okay, we'll do the holds this time. Inhale, exhale, uphold, count. 2, 3, down. Go to 5 this time. 3, 4, 5. One more. Actually, I feel like those holds for counts seem harder than the side taps, maybe because I'm there longer. Chances are. Okay. Wait. You wouldn't think that I'd be tripping on such a low thing to step on. Huh. Again, think about those nice loose shoulders, keeping that back from getting tight. This is over exaggerating, but why not? Woo! All right. Push press. Less than 2 minutes. Here's a slower version. Also note, I want to try to keep my elbows here and not out here. Or should be inside. Okay. We'll do taps. Maybe we'll do more than 10 this time. Let's see how many taps feel good. Nice still hips, nice loose neck. 12 was plenty. Yeah. Getting hot in here. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Pausing a little higher is okay. Hopefully you've done that or remembered that from the last time we did them. If you can't get all the way down here with keeping your hips low and your back flat, pause at mid-shin so that we're not, like if you can get it here and then you start doing this, stop where you need to stop. Okay. What do we got? Ooh, not much time left. Let's see how many of these steps I can get. Please. For my last 10 seconds, I'll swap sides. Waiting for that buzzer. There it is. Yeah, okay. Yay. Grab a little water. Mine's right here. Out of sight, not out of mind. All right. As mentioned, hip circle for a bonus. It is optional, actually. If you don't have one or if it ends up being like too much, don't worry about it. We're gonna do a clamshell hold on each side. I also have different pants today. They keep rolling down on me. So, same as the first time we did these, if you remember, you can do them all the way down on the ground, or we can do them as a side plank. So on the ground version, my heels are in line with my glutes, my knees are forward. I'm lifting my heels and I'm opening up. So the idea is we're just staying, like my arm up, so I make sure my shoulders are stacked. Holding, trying to push open to get those glutes on, and just hold. So if you're doing it and this feels too easy, stop, add a band. Band goes right above the knees, and you're doing the same thing. You're gonna have that resistance, gonna turn on a lot quicker, might not be able to hold quite as long, that is fine. Or, band or not band, I'm keeping it on because I have it on, you can turn this into a little bit of a side plank as well. So here I am, but my heels are on the ground, and my knees are on the ground. I'm in a slight side plank and I'm holding open. So now I can feel both glutes and my side working. Okay. I'm gonna think that you've already gotten through your max effort on that round, but if you're still going, you can pause it. Oh, you can't really pause it where you're going. Whatever, keep going. Switch sides when you need to. Yeah, let's do the other side. I'm going to do the plank version again. Up, hold. The burn is real already. Maybe I didn't want to bend today. It's okay. I don't want you to be able to hold more than like 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. So if you are way beyond that without the band, then yeah, maybe go for just 10 or 15 seconds with the band. Awesome. I had no stretch in between those because we're just doing one set. One set, max effort. And now we're gonna stretch, however, in a happy baby. Roll onto your backs. A couple of different ways you can do this that we've done before. You can actually just do reclined butterfly and you can feel this pretty dang good if you're like, this seems much more relaxing. Just put those feet together and let those knees fall out. Take some deep breaths, bring your heart rate down. If you want to do the full expression, slowly, one knee at a time, bring them up, stick them out, arms come through, rub the outsides of your feet and pull those feet away. If there's some restriction here for you to grab physically, then you can keep one foot on the ground and just try it with one side. See how far you can pull. This arm and this leg are kind of counterbalancing. If you can straighten that leg, great. You can get a nice little hip flexor stretch also, but you can keep it bent if you need to. But really, you're going for that pelvic floor stretch, hip stretch. All right, I'm going to try other side since I want to be even, of course. Maybe I'll do a few seconds the full happy baby. I should mention too, if this is bucking your back because you can't quite keep it down flat enough or it doesn't feel supported, then also come back here, right? I want to make sure we're not doing anything that's out of our wheelhouse or hurting us, I should say as well. Okay. We squeeze mindfully back together. Use that core to draw in. Again, that's to help protect that lower back. And then we're going to come onto our bellies. We're going to do a baby sphinx here. So starting nice and low, pushing those feet into the ground. You can do a little turn of the neck, nice and slow. That feels okay for you. And then come down, stay with that baby sphinx, or if it feels okay with you, come up to a bigger cobra. And I'm going to go cobra. Gotta get forward. Pushed to child's pose. Inhale here, exhale, come forward, down, back to my cobra. And exhale, back to my child's pose. One more time with that. Inhale, up, down, to my cobra, and exhale, to my child's pose. Oh, yeah. Good. And tuck the toes under, walk your feet to your hands, hang your head and forward fold, a little bit of a sway side to side, roll up, fingertips to the ceiling, big reach and stretch overhead, roll those wrists around if you need that. I think we all do. And see you soon for day 11.